Beautiful soul family. Yes, I'm wearing a pink bandana because I save the colors that I like. I have like a 20 color set. I save the colors that I like for when I go out. And this is when I'm going jogging. No one really sees it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about victim consciousness and culture of victimhood. But first, I want you guys to see these horses. Can you see the horses right there? I grabbed a mango that fell off of a tree and fed it to one of them. Maybe, actually do have a mango in my pocket now. Maybe I'll feed the horse if you guys want to see that. So, victim of consciousness. If you guys are not aware, if you're watching things like Netflix, Prime, those companies have an agenda. There's an agenda to, hey guys, to create division. Black versus white. How many movies do you see where they keep perpetuating what the bad white people did to the black people, not to trust them, right? It's way more, there's so much more gray than black and white, pun intended. And there's an agenda to keep creating those movies. Where's the movie of the black guys and the white guys getting together and creating union and strength in numbers? You can't force things with horses. You just gotta stick your hand out, wait for them to come. Yeah, so there's an agenda and culture of victimhood. So trust me, I know a lot about victimhood because I was stuck in victimhood for maybe 20 years. Feels good to have someone to blame, feels good to not take ownership for your stuff in the short term. In the long term, you're holding on to burning coals and thinking you're punishing the other person who's moved on from the situation. Also, when you're in victim mindset, you need others to rally up. Hey, we're the ones who are victimized. Let's get together and all be victims together. So you see that forming in different groups. And the good thing about that is solidarity, safety, being heard, especially people who are being abused and manipulated, that they get together. They're like, wow, I'm not the only one who's been through this. The shadow is when it turns an opportunity to heal, forgive, grow, take back some of your power that you might have been giving away. And if it turns into hate, and that hate gets projected onto a whole race, gets projected onto a whole sex, right? My first girlfriend screwed me over. I went through it. I mean, it created distrust. And I was rapping rap songs back in the days where, they had songs about like not trusting women, and that was helping me vent the emotions I was feeling. But to be honest, like, I still can't. The love for me is, how can you have hatred towards women when you were birthed by a woman, when you love your mother? Yeah, I mean, you can, but for me, I was very much in my poet as a kid, in my Piscean side. So it's like seeing the good in everyone, writing poems. Yeah, there's an unhealthy side to that too. But so careful in unconsciously playing victim. Careful, because it's so subtle. I pay attention to so many words that people say, and I hear this a lot. People say, "You made me feel." That's already a form of a victim statement. You made me feel. I remember wearing this shirt. It's actually in one of my older YouTube videos. No one can make me feel anything without my permission. It's time for radical self-responsibility. It's time. It's being asked of us. Radical self-responsibility. I take responsibility for how I feel. I take responsibility for how I act. Even if someone came into my life and then I allowed them to steal, manipulate, cheat. I allowed them into my life. Like, no more excuses, guys. We have the tools. There's like an infinite amount of tools out there to help us master our intuition. There's tons of tools out there, activations, healings, courses, workshops. There's an abundant, everyone's a coach today. You're having issues with boundaries, like there's people niching in the boundary work. So, no more excuses, guys. I'm saying this to myself as well. Like, whatever the things that keep coming up, like you keep having your boundaries crossed, you keep having people cheat and manipulate, like, get a healer, get to the root of that, clear that pattern. Not good with boundaries, take a how to strengthen your boundary workshop, clear some of the karma, childhood traumas, like, we got it, like, I've been doing it diligently for 15 years. So, we can't not do that. There's a big invitation for us to do that. Yesterday I was listening to a podcast and it was saying how higher dimensional beings, our planetary soul brothers and sisters, have to lower their frequency and vibration in order to connect with us. And that just inspired me to increase my frequency and vibration, not from like the woo-woo new age way of like love and light, don't focus on what's happening in the world because it'll drop your energy, because there's a distortion of truth in that. It's like you can be aware of what's happening in the world, send prayers to those things that are happening, but not like obsess on it and take it on, right? But anyways, yeah, like how can we raise our level of, for me I prefer level of consciousness versus frequency and vibration, although vibration, frequency, and consciousness are the three most powerful things. So becoming aware, raising our consciousness, becoming aware of our blind spots, using relationships as a tool to learn lessons, especially if we're like, this has happened before, okay, it's happening again. Who's the common denominator? Me. What is the lesson I'm needing to learn from this experience? So I would really invite you guys to be mindful in your words of, you made me feel XYZ, instead of like, when you said that, I felt. That way you're taking ownership of what you felt. And to be honest, the last few days, almost everyone I'm talking to is just having their own conversation with themselves using me when I'm trying to have a back and forth. It's like they're not hearing, we're not hearing each other. We're hearing what we think the person is saying. We're so in our stuff that we're using examples of our own past experiences. And I've done this before with my clients. Hey, be careful. This happened to me once. But I immediately let them know it's about my past experience. But some people, they'll just say like, oh, like, that's dangerous. Oh, that's really bad. And it's their projection of what they think you're saying, not what you might be actually saying. And I talked about this in the last video where I said, be careful who you ask for advice, man. Everyone's just based on their own experience. To me, what's healthy is a soundboard. Hey, I just want someone to hear me out so I can get the clarity from within. I know when I'm trying to get clarity and someone's telling me what to do, trying to fix me, trying to heal me, I'm like, that's not honoring me. I'm not a helpless victim. I'm very powerful, I'm very intuitive, and I could use some support, and I'm responsible to let people know how I can best be supported. So it's been 10 minutes of me talking. I hope some of this spoke to someone out there. But yeah, this culture of like us versus men versus women, women versus men, toxic masculinity, toxic femininity. Let's just remember there's toxicity in all of us. There's shadow in all of us, and there's an agenda to divide, because if they brainwash women, there's women out there who are agents of these dark forces who are like, you don't need a man. That's their whole. It's like the toxic side of feminism. You don't need a man. But guess what? These guys have a plan. They have an agenda. They've been planning it for a long time. When shit hits the fan, civil war breaks out, chaos breaks out, we're not gonna rely, like the woman who's like, I set up my whole life not to need a single man. Who are you gonna call to protect you when they're breaking down your door and trying to steal your food? Right? So by design, they set it up for that one moment for you to be like, oh fuck, I fell for it. So please don't do that. Please. And I totally agree, if you feel there's very few, if maybe there's not a single person out there you can trust, I totally get it. Like, people, we're still in the me consciousness, we haven't evolved to the we consciousness, we're still thinking about our own survival needs, we're still stuck in the animalistic survival scarcity. Surround yourselves with those people who have an abundance prosperity mindset, who have a warrior instinct, who have done a lot of work on themselves, who are able to communicate and take ownership for their shit. Like, these are non-negotiables for me. Open communication. You're not wondering what they're saying. They're openly communicating. You know, they're you know, just surround yourself with doers, people who don't just talk about it, they actually do it. Like that's what works for me. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. I just did. I take it back. Surround yourself with the things that add value to you, to your life. I'm saying this as someone who gives so much value to, like, my intention is to add so much value to every connection I have. I want to leave even if I'm saying hi to someone, I want to leave that person feeling better from a hi. Like, I go to this community here in Costa Rica, and one of the first things I do is I go and I give hugs to the chefs who are working very hard in the background, maybe don't get as much appreciation, you know, and thank you. Muchas gracias por todos. Like, every single time. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for everything. Like, you know, giving gratitude, giving care, giving love, words of affirmation, all of it. So that's all I'm going to say for now. I love you guys. I'm headed to Toronto soon. If any of you are there, please let me know in the comments, and keep shining, keep thriving. And if you're not aware, we're doing an amazing 7-week journey to the 7 portals of power, prosperity, and pleasure. If you're needing support in any of those areas, join us. Email us at support@tariqbibi.com. Ask us about it. We've got free replays available, and we've still got time for you to join. Love you.